Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making a little update for you. Since it's been a while since I made my last video. I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. I can't really remember. But anyway, I'm here in the garage working on the bug because that is my priority right now. It is almost March. I really would like to have this on the road in April, which isn't really far off because I'm just doing wiring and gonna get the seats in soon. But the wiring has really been kicking my butt. Turn signals, they weren't working, they were working, and I found the issue. And the issue was the wiring diagram. The wiring diagram I was using was an original from 1967, and or a photograph or a scan of an original off the Samba. And they showed, now normally the driver's side turn signals are a white and black stripe, and the passenger side are a green and black. Now the wiring diagram showed the front turn signal being green and black, but the rear one being white and black. So when I connected that, obviously it's not going to work. I realized that and said, this is interesting. Swapped it to the green and black one, worked flawlessly. So let me flip the camera around and I'll show you what I've gotten done. So here is the bug as it sits right now. Similar state as to how it was last time you've seen it. In my wiring fiascos, I had one of these made. I saw it recommended on the Samba a few years ago, and if you're rewiring your car or pulling all the wires out to do anything, I highly recommend you get this made. This is a wiring diagram. Pretty simple to realize that. This is the one I use because it has this stuff on the side. The other one on the Samba has it on a separate page, which is kind of annoying to do this. What I did is I went on Staples' website, I saved the image from the Samba, went on Staples' website, made a poster. This is 12 by 18, and I had them laminate it. In doing that, I can trace the wires with a dry erase marker, and then get rid of it. You go into the next wire, and it's very useful. Also pretty useful to have such a huge wiring diagram, and it was like $13. Definitely worth not having to use a phone or a computer. And you can trace the wires much easier than you would be able to on a phone or a computer. So I tried cleaning up the wiring. It's not going to happen. It's just going to be a spaghetti mess. I do have some gaffer tape to hold like the headlight and the turn signal wires to the side of the vehicle. But as you can see now, if I go in the car and if I turned it off so I don't burn the points, if I turn the headlights on, or the parking lights, rear lights illuminate, front amber illuminates. Those rear lights are really bright. They're LEDs that I got on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description to them. They're really nice. I suggest them. They're really cheap too. I think it was like $20 for both. 20 or $30 for both, which in my last video I said I didn't want to put LED lights in the overhead light, which is true still, but for something like the brake lights, which are a safety thing, in a car like this with taillights as small as they are today, that I would say is almost necessary. Third brake light, I don't really like third brake lights myself, but and then if I come in, key on, flip the switch, top amber, and that amber flashes. Now I am using Eurospec taillights, like I said, again for the safety. On a car like the Plymouth where it always had red lights and you can't do anything about that, I'm not going to change it. But on something like this where the factory had the option to do amber lights on the top, I think it's worth it. Put that back in. So now, basically what I'm doing is button it up. I've solved my issue with that. My four-way flashers I don't think work. It might be the switch, because obviously the relay's working. Or it might just be because I don't have the other one hooked up, the other turn signal. Or it could be grounding out poorly. That's another thing to remember, that the flasher relay on these cars grounds out to the body of the car the way it's screwed in. So you cannot test your turn signals without the flash relay bolted into its position. Otherwise, you'll be tricked into thinking it's broken when it's actually just not grounded. Other than that, not much has gotten done. I did make a video on this. It's either going to be out before or after this video. But I did make a video on the Husky paint gun again. My little update. I'm going to repaint the rear lights, which is why I made the update. In other news, the Plymouth is doing as well as it can do with what I've done to it. I got the siren hooked up to the horn ring, and the new carburetor is being a bit of a pain. This dome light, I'm trying to figure out how to wire because it's got 3 prongs and there's only 2 wires. So that's being a bit of a weird, but we'll see. Get this door seal in all the way soon, hopefully. I would like to, I gotta glue it here. It's fine with me. And get rid of these because my issue, I shimmed the door to get a nice front gap. And in doing that, even with new hinge pins, it hangs down here. So I'm just gonna deal with having a bad front gap, but being able to actually close the door without having to lift it. Compromises. 383 for the Plymouth is at a standstill. Have no desire to work on that right now. That's a lot of money that I don't have to spend when I want to be driving this soon. I could put the glove box in probably soon. Glove box door, that is. Get the trim on it. I don't think they make the little rubber plugs for that, so that'll be interesting. I've heard of wrapping the things with tape, so we'll see. Get the other turn signal in. Get the fender beat on this fender. Probably what I'll do today, because this bothers me not having the fender beating on this one, because it just does that. Not a fan. I've got the battery charging. Left the key on accidentally last night. I came out, turned it off, I thought. Might have been turning it on. And so the battery had 3 volts in it today. But, you know, whatever, that's not the point of this video. This video is just a little update for you guys to see what I'm doing in the garage. Now, I have a plan for a series that I'm going to be starting on the weekend, which you might see this weekend. So, I'll keep you guys posted on the progress. Just want to make a little update for you guys. I'm really shooting for April. Like I always say April, but really shooting for April this year. It's not far off. So, alright. Like I said, just want to make a little quick update for you guys. Seriously, check out that making a wire diagram. And you can do it with any wiring diagram. It doesn't have to be a Volkswagen. It could be Ford or Plymouth. Speaking of wiring diagrams, I hate the Mopar wiring diagrams. They're all black and white. Can't use it. I hate that so much. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you liked my little update. Make sure to leave a comment. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. I do a lot of Volkswagen stuff. I've got my 74 bus. This thing. I got my Mopars. I got my Plymouth. And, yeah. So I do a lot of work on a lot of things. Thinking of doing a series this spring when it warms up on body work at home. How you can do it with stuff from, like, O'Reilly Auto Parts. And make it come out well. So, we'll see about that. But, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with my stuff, ring the little bell, because you'll get notifications on whenever I post a video, which hopefully it'll be more often than it normally is, because I'd like to start making more videos soon. Haven't been making a lot lately. But I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye guys.